So Ibn al-Jazari, the Muhaq, Ibn al-Jazari, so who's Ibn al-Jazari? Ibn al-Jazari is to Qur'an what Bukhari is to Hadith. Okay? Importance what Bukhari is to Hadith, that is Ibn al-Jazari. You cannot pass Ibn al-Jazari. If you want to study the Quran or the recitation of the Quran, you cannot bypass him. So he says, إذ واجب عليهم محتم قبل الشروع أولا أن يعلموا مخارج الحروف والصفات. He says that it is incumbent on each person that who embarks or starts or intends reciting the Quran, that he should have knowledge of the makharij, the articulation places, was-sifati, and the qualities of that letter. And that goes for the student as well as the teacher, okay, to have knowledge of the makharij and sifati. We start with the basmala, is to say, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. If you want to attain or if you want to find out exactly where a makhraj is, where any articulation point is to give that letter a sukoon and a fatha before it. Okay? So we want to know what is the articulation point perhaps of a ba. So we give the ba a sukoon and before it a fatha. So we end up with ab, ba, bi, bu. And so we can find out exactly where that point is, okay? So this is an easy makhraj. So if you ask anyone, what would be the makhraj of a ba, bi, ab? Anyone wants to try? If you had to explain to someone else, where does ba originate from? Anyone? The lips, but I will explain it to someone. Need to explain to someone else. So it is the two lips that comes together. Okay? It's the two lips that comes together. Ab, and that is a ba. Bismillah. Sin. Who can tell me what is the makhraj of a sin? So again, we give it a sukoon, before it a fatha. So we have as, sa, si, su, as. Feel it in your mouth? Okay, so to the Jama'ah, anyone, if you have to explain to someone what is the makhraj of a sin. How would you explain it? Okay, so we're trying to find out all the makharij. Remember I said, we're studying each letter. If you are able to pronounce each letter properly from its makhraj, together with its qualities, then naturally, of course, you will be able to read the Quran correctly and free of mistakes, inshallah. Okay, so, seen. We use the word every day. Faddal. Haji is halfway right. Okay, so Haji mentioned the tip of the tongue. Yes. We're going to use the tip of the tongue. But where is the tip of the tongue placed? Upper palate? Anyone else? Lower palate? Okay, good. Behind the teeth? Okay. Okay, I've got a model here. Okay, so because we're studying makharij, the mouth, we need to know, some anatomy of the mouth. Okay? So, To pronounce a sin properly, the makhraj of a sin is, okay, so we look at if you look at the teeth, don't know if this ladies can see here. You look at the teeth here, okay? And we close the teeth, and for example, my finger, tahiyat finger, is my tongue, okay? So, put it here. There, between the upper and the lower incisors. Okay, so these are your incisors. The 4 teeth here in front and the 4 teeth here at the bottom. These are your incisors, so your upper and lower incisors. So suspended between the upper and lower incisors, more over the lower incisors, the tip of the tongue is suspended there. And there is where we pronounce a sin. Okay? And if you try it, as. Remember, the tip of the tongue should not touch any part of the mouth. If the tongue touches the teeth here, you end up with as. Or if your tongue touches the upper palate, also as. Okay, so those people that most probably lisp is because the makhraj, the articulation point, is not proper. Okay? So, the tip of the tongue is suspended between the upper incisors. Okay? So you can try it as. Try it. Does your tip of your tongue touch any part of your mouth? It should not touch your teeth. Okay? Should not touch your teeth. As. Bis. Try it. Bis. Excellent. Bis. Right. That is a sin. Okay? The tongue, the tip of the tongue, suspended. Okay? Meme, of course, is very easy. Ma, How do you explain? Where's the ma? What is meme? Ma. It's an easy letter. Two lips touching, yes, okay? Two lips touching. Ma, Before this, we said the ba is also what? The ba is also doing what? Also the lips touching. So in the meme has exactly the same makhraj. It has the same makhraj, but why do they sound different? Why do they sound different? Because of the qualities, yes. Because of the quality, okay? So, the meme is a quality that we call the quality of ghunna. The sound comes through the nasal cavity. Okay? When we pronounce a meme, the sound comes through the nasal cavity. So that quality is called ghunna. Ghunna, okay? If you can't remember the names, it's fine as long as you can apply it. So, if you pronounce a meme, see, all the sound coming through the nose, okay? So a ba don't have the quality of ghunna. Ba, ab. No sound or air coming through the nose. Okay? If you say a ba and the sound comes through the nose, it will be incorrect. Okay. We carry on. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The next, we're coming there now. The next letter is the ra. So we give the ra a sukoon and before it a fatha. So we have ar. What would be the makhraj of anyone? What is the makhraj of a ra? Tip of the tongue touching the The tip of, okay, you correct? Okay, so the tip of the tongue touching what? The palate behind the upper incisors. Okay, so if I keep it like this, so the tip of the tongue touching there. Okay, ar, ra. Right, a raw. We did this last week. We did movements last week. I said a fatha movement is what kind of movement? Fatha is what kind of movement? Fatha? What does fatha mean in Arabic? To open, yes. So whenever you pronounce any letter with a fatha, there should be an opening in your mouth. Okay? A, ba, ta, tha. Of course, not a too wide opening. Okay? We are an ummah of moderation. Okay? So we don't say a, ba. Okay? So moderate. A, ba, ta. Right? So a ra with a fatha will be what? A ra with a fatha with the a sound will be? It will be ra. If I say ra, what did I do wrong? Ra. We did this last week. Ra, ra. Raw. The shape of my mouth is incorrect. Remember, I said fatha is open, and dhamma is forward circling. That is dhamma, that is u. So my mouth is in the position of a u sound, but I'm pronouncing a. So that will be incorrect. Raw, no. Ra, ra, ra. Okay, try it. Ra. Everyone? We extend it a little. Ra. Again. Ra. Ru. Okay. So when it comes to the Arabic letters, there are some letters that are always pronounced open or with tarqiq or empty. Okay? Then there are some letters that are always full. And there are some letters that are sometimes empty and sometimes full. So the ra is one of those letters. Sometimes it is full, sometimes it is empty. A ra is empty whenever it gets a kasra, when it gets a I. Okay? So a ra with the I will be ri. Try it. And what? Orui. Orui. Okay, the Engels praat so. Apa tadi? Or the Engels say orui, orui. No, it's ri. Ri. Okay. Ora. Ri. Oru. Type. Now we get going back to our basmala. Okay, read after me. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Again. Take your time. Don't rush over the letters, okay? Each letter must be given its haq, its due, okay? Some letters, we stay on it, we keep on it a little longer than other letters, okay? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Again. Excellent, mashallah. I think we go to individuals. Shaykh Nadir, going to start with us. Anyone else? Ahmad want to read? أحسنتم تفضل أحسنتم anyone بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Okay, so there's something that we call emphasis, okay? So there are certain places I put emphasis, so you have to listen to that, okay? For now, just listen to it. Later stage, inshallah, I'll try to explain it, okay? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Can you hear these 2 points that I put emphasis on, okay? So I want you to try that. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ahsantum. Okay, anyone else? Ahsant, mashallah. Try to emphasize on those places where I emphasize on, okay? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ahsantum, mashallah, barakallahu fiqh. Some of the females want to try? تفضل تفضلي. MashaAllah, barakallah. Just take care that you don't make, okay. I let you judge and you tell me what I'm doing wrong, okay? You look at me and you tell me what I'm doing wrong. I'm going to read. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What is wrong with the ra? MashaAllah. I'm saying the ra with a dhamma, and it's supposed to be a fatha. Yes, it's just a ra, is that ra? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. You see, I'm making a dhamma. It's incorrect. It should be a fatha. And what is the movement of fatha? Fatha move means open. There should be an opening in your mouth. Okay? Right. We're going to try it again, inshallah. And then we're going to make it slightly a little difficult. Right. I'm going to read again, and then you're going to read after me. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Right, now we're going to connect it with last week's lesson. We're going to read the isti'adha, and then we will read the basmala, okay? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Right now we will connect the two, okay? We will connect the isti'adha with the basmala. Very important, because we're not stopping at the end of the isti'adha. We need to read the last vowel of the isti'adha. We need to read the last haraka, okay? I will do it, and you can then follow me. So you need a little longer breath to do this, okay? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. You must connect it. Ar-rajim bi, ar-rajim bi. We do it again. I'm going to do it again. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Another time. Ahsantum. Right? Do we have some volunteers? Ahsantum. Anyone else? Okay. Anyone else? Ahsant. Female, yeah? What's to try? تفضلي. Ahsant, mashallah. Okay. We carry on, and we carry on with the second verse. Shaykh, want to read? تفضل. MashaAllah. Barakallahu feek. A good question. I will explain this after we do the next verse, inshallah. Okay? The next verse, of course, is the second verse of Surah Al-Fatiha. The first verse of Surah Al-Fatiha is the Basmala. Okay? Remember last week I said it is highly encouraged to, whenever you start your recitation, to start it with isti'adha. But I also mentioned that the isti'adha is not a part of the Qur'an. Okay? It's not a verse of the Qur'an. So the Basmala is the first verse of the Qur'an. And we go to Alhamdu, which is the second verse of the Quran. Okay, I'll read it, and then you can read it after me. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Everyone together? Again? Right. Okay. So whenever you recite the Quran or you start your recitation of the Quran, okay, you have one of four choices. When you start your recitation of the Quran, you have one of four choices. Okay. So, just for example's sake, we give each one a number. We say the isti'adha is number 1. We say basmala is number 2. And alhamdulillah is number 3. Okay? So your first choice is to separate everyone or everything. You separate 1 from 2 from 3. Okay? That is your first choice. Okay? So you can read أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Stop. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Stop. الحمد لله رب العالمين. That's your first choice. Okay? The next choice would be you can join the 1 with 2 and separate it with number 3. Okay? Like we did now. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين. It's your second choice. Okay? The third choice is separate 1 and join 2 and 3. Again, remember, whenever you join, the last vowel you need to read. Okay? So we will join the basmala with the beginning of Surah Fatiha. So we'll join 2 and 3. Okay? Separate number 1. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Stop. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين. If you join the 2, the last haraka must be recited. Okay? So we'll practice it for a minute. Okay? I will read it and then you can follow me. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين. You have to join it. You cannot read Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim Alhamdulillah. You can't read like that. Then you have to stop rather. Okay? Okay, so that was choice number 3. Okay? So choice number 1 was we separate everything. Choice number 2 is join 1 and 2, separate 3. Choice number 3 is separate 1, join 2 and 3. There's 1 left, what would that be? Join everything. Okay, so now you need a long breath for this. Okay, we're going to practice it, and then we go to individual recitations, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين. أحسنتم. Okay, ek dink daarbij dis 'n goeie encouragement vir die manne wat nou hy stokkie gebruik om dit te laat los. Because ons gaan gebruik vir die Batcha, ons asem inshallah. Right, we try it again. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين. Again. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين. Last time. Okay, any volunteers? تفضل. أحسنتم ما شاء الله بارك الله فيك. الله أكبر. Okay, so as I mentioned, these are the choices that you have. Okay? There are 4 choices, all 4 are allowed. If you cannot reach till the end, then rather separate everything. Okay? But if you want to join, now you know how to join. This is very important. Okay? It's very important. Before I end, so there are 2 facets of recitation. There is the practical, the application, and there's the theory. Okay? There's application and there's theory. The theory is to know what is the names of the different laws, okay? The different rules. What is idhar, what is ikhfa, etc. What is a mad. That is theory. So according to all the scholars, they say, to know the theory of tajweed is fardun kifaya. Is fardun kifaya. What does fardun kifaya mean? It is something which is incumbent, wajib, on a group of people. Okay? If some of them study it, the remainder don't need to study it. But if nobody studies it, and then everyone is responsible by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and everybody will be punished. The same like a janaza. So janaza is fardun kifaya. If nobody goes to wash that person, the whole community will be punished. Okay? If nobody goes to pray on the deceased, the whole community will be punished. But if some people go, okay, then the responsibility falls away from the other people. The same with the theory of tajweed. It is fardun kifaya. If some people studies the names of the laws, of the rules, then the responsibility falls away from the other people. When it comes to the application, the actual recitation of the Qur'an, that is fardun ayn. Fardun ayn meaning it is wajib, it is incumbent, it is compulsory on every individual. So every individual should try and read the Qur'an properly. Okay, even if you don't know the rules, what is the name of the rules, but he needs to read the Qur'an properly. And one of the conditions for the acceptance of the correctness of the salah is to read the Fatiha properly. So inshallah, this is our niyyah, inshallah, that we start and try, at least get the Fatiha, inshallah, for everybody, inshallah, properly, inshallah. We'll stop there for tonight, inshallah. I think we have a minute or so for some questions, inshallah. Okay, so tonight I only discussed when you start your recitation, and I said there are 4 possible ways of starting your recitation. Okay, there's 4 possible ways, and all 4 possible ways is allowed. When coming to joining ayahs, joining verses, that is something else. Okay, inshallah we'll come to that, but for now, the sunnah was the Prophet ﷺ used to stop at each verse. Okay, at the end of each verse, he would stop. Although it is permissible, it is allowed to join verses. No, it's still the same. Everything is the same. It is just a choice that you have. You ask if there's more reward joining or is there more reward separating. Mention this is only starting with recitation, you have that choice. But joining verses, like for example, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin. That is joining verses. That is a different ruling. Joining verses, the sunnah is of course to stop at the end of each verse. And stopping at the end of each verse you get the reward of following a sunnah. But it is also allowed, to join the verses, yeah. Okay, Khair. We have a good question there. The question is, who is Hafs? Okay? So Hafs is a person. His name was Sulaiman. Hafs bin Sulaiman, rather. Hafs bin Sulaiman was a person, okay? He was the student of what we call Asim. Asim bin Najud. It is his complete name. Asim bin Najud al-Kufi. So Asim was the teacher, Hafs was the student. So Asim, he had many students, okay? Many students. But of the students that stood out, there were two, okay? There were two for the type of recitation that Asim taught them. And one was Hafs. Hafs bin Sulaiman was one of those people that stood out for that type of recitation. So later on, when Asim passed away, Hafs became known for this type of recitation. And then people started to calling it, that type of recitation, they called it after the name of the person. We're reading according to Hafs. We're reading according to Hafs. And later, it just became, we're reading Hafs. So Hafs is the type of recitation that he narrates from his teacher, which is Asim. And then, of course, he had another student, which is Shu'bah. But we'll stop there for now, inshallah. Does it make sense? Okay. Hold on. Okay, so then last, of course, as I mentioned, Hafs. So Hafs narrates from Asim. So Hafs becomes the narrator. He becomes the narrator. In Arabic, we call a narrator a rawi. Okay, we call it a rawi. And what he narrates is called a riwayah. So we reading the riwayah of Hafs. Okay? Because Hafs narrates it from Asim. Okay, shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.